Hi again, Year 8. It's now lesson 3 of week 1. And in the lessons this week, we've been looking at food, different meal times, frequency expressions, and remembering how to use the preterite tense as well as the present. And in this lesson, we're going to bring all of these together, but also add in the near future to remind you of how to use 3 tenses together. So, can you please, before I do this, actually, let's just go back. I want you to put the date and title. So, que comes is the, que desayunas actually is the title, and the date is whatever the date is today when you're doing this lesson. So here's your starter, please. Para empezar. Now I want you to write out these sentences, please. There are 6 to write out. It says fill the gaps with the words in the box. Be careful, there are a few words too many. So you're going to have to do some careful thinking here rather than just if you only give you the right number of words to fill the gaps, then it makes it too easy. So I've given you some what they call in GCSE terms distractors. All right, they're there to put you off and make you think hard. There is, however, only one way you can fill the gaps here. You can't. There are rules you need to follow, and if you do this carefully, there's only one answer for each gap. Off you go. It should take you about 6 or 7 minutes maybe. So pause the video now, do the task, we'll correct it in a moment. Thank you. Okay, so you should have, these are the answers. So I put them all up in one go. I don't normally do that, but okay, here we go. Me gusta comer pescado. Now you can only have that answer here because me gusta, it could have been the front of pescado, something like el, me gusta el pescado, I like fish. But that el wasn't a word that you had in the box at the bottom. So it had to be something else that would be, that would fit in. After me gusta is either going to be a definite article, word for the, or it can be an infinitive. It couldn't be another verb, it has to be an infinitive. It's coming after I like. Me gusta comer, me gusta cenar, me gusta desayunar. The only infinitive you had in the box was comer, so it had to be that. I like to eat fish. Me gusta comer pescado. Siempre, and then you needed a conjugated verb here, which meant in something, it could be eat, or it could be to have for dinner, and it's in fact to have for dinner, because that was the only conjugated verb that you had to make sense in this sentence. So siempre ceno carne. Aunque, and then you got gustan again. Now you know this verb well, and you know what is in front of it. So it could be me gustan, te gustan, le gustan. But you didn't have any of the other te or le, so it had to be me. Aunque no me gustan las. Now coming after las, it has to be a plural noun. And the only one you had in the box was verduras. You had fruta in the box, but it couldn't be that because that would be la fruta. We've got las, so it has to be verduras. Then you've got number 3, a something, mi hermano merienda, or merienda rather. So the only one that would fit in here is veces, a veces. That gives you your frequency expression sometimes. My brother has for a snack fruit. So has fruit for a snack. Merienda, fruta. Number 4, we had another frequency expression here. Nunca desayuno cereales, prefiero tostadas. I never have cereal for breakfast. I prefer toast. And we've got a question here. A qué, it has to be hora, cenas. What time do you have dinner? And number 6, desayunamos a las, and it had to be 8, todas las mañanas. So we have breakfast at 8 every day. So if you worked out the answers for those gaps, then really well done. It's always, when we do this exercise, there's only one answer you can get in there. So you have to think about the rules and what you know about the language in terms of what has to come after. You know, if it's las, it's going to be a feminine plural noun, for example. Okay, so think about the rules you know. Okay, so you're left with these verbs here, or these words here in the box: meriendas, bebes, cenas, desayunas. And I want you please to think about what do the remaining words mean? What do they all have in common? So write those down quickly. Tell me what you think they mean and what do they all have in common. When you're ready, move on. And here we are. The answer is that they're all the two parts of the verb. So you singular. Meriendas means you have for a snack. Bebes, you drink. Cenas, you have for dinner. Desayunas, you have for breakfast. Okay, so these are the verbs that we've been working with in the 3 lessons this week, which all relate to different meals. Okay, so this is just a reminder of the objectives for this week. And what I put up here is a reading. We're just going to look at this first, because what you're going to do today is do a writing which is similar to this. Now, I think on the next slide, it says here, write about what you eat each day and when. Use the text as a guide and adapt it. So this is the text, and we're just going to do a bit of analysis here. I've got different colours. And if you were sitting in front of me in the class, I say, what do they, someone work out, please? Why, what do the different colours mean? So we've got blue ones, me llamo, tengo, desayuno, como, bebo, ceno, cenamos. We've got some red ones, comí, cené, bebí. And then we've got some sort of browny, orangey ones, which is voy a comer, voy a beber. So what's the difference and what does the colour denote? Okay, so hopefully, if you were sitting in front of me, you would say, the blue ones are the present tense, and they are. Me llamo Maria, I'm called Maria. Tengo 14 años, I am 14. Bebo, I drink. Como, I eat. Now, in the middle here, I put something with a star. Almuerzo, we saw that before, and I'm just reminding you of it, that it means I have lunch. What are the red ones? Someone's shouting at the screen. Hopefully they're the preterite tenses. You're right, they are. So, sin embargo, ayer comí tostadas. Yesterday I ate toast. So he said, first of all, in the morning, normally I have eggs or cereal for breakfast. However, yesterday I ate toast. There's another one. Here's another red one. El domingo pasado cené helado de postre y bebí agua. So, el domingo pasado, this is the time indicator that tells you that it was in the past. It's last Sunday. I had ice cream for dessert. So I had at dinner, I had ice cream for dessert. Bebí agua, I drank water. And then you've got, as I say, the amber ones are the future. Voy a comer un bocadillo, voy a beber Coca-Cola. So, look at this text. I think most of it you should understand. We've got, so I'm called Maria, I'm 14. In the morning, normally I have eggs or cereal for breakfast. However, yesterday I ate toast. I have lunch in school at 12:30, and on Mondays I eat a hamburger with chips and I drink lemonade. Most of this is the text that you saw in the lesson yesterday. I've added in other verbs to make it more complex. So, using this as a model and looking at the good things it's got in here, it's got connectives, it's got time indicators, it's got present, preterite, near future tenses. I want you, please, to do a similar piece of writing. You've got the rest of the lesson for this, so I'm trying not to sneeze. So I want you to write about what you eat each day and when. So things like normally, generally, sometimes, never, always, and what you eat and drink. Then what you ate and drank yesterday. Yesterday is ayer, that's in the text you just saw. So comí, bebí, desayuné, cené. You saw these preterite tense verbs in the first lesson this week. So if you need to, go back in your book and find the table you wrote down. And then what you're going to eat and drink tomorrow. Mañana, voy a beber, voy a comer. Aim to write 70 words. what your success criteria are. You need to have the correct form of the verbs for eating and drinking, present, present, and near future, a range of food vocabulary, connectives, time phrases. Here are your connectives, just a reminder: y, también, además, pero, aunque. Okay, it's going to take you 20 minutes to do this, or to do it well, and it needs to be submitted at the end of the lesson, please, on the assignment. Okay, any questions? Your teacher will be online for clarification. Otherwise, off you go, and then just resume when you've finished, just briefly, please. Thank you. Okay, so I'm assuming you've spent about 20 minutes doing your writing, and you're really proud of your piece there of about 70 words, which you need to submit. This is just a reminder of what we've done this week. We've looked at meals, new foods, time indicators, vocab for writing about different meals of the day, and you've set some targets based on how you did in the listenings and in the reading exercises. Thank you very much for your work, Year 8, and I will see you next week. Adios.